Alrighty, hello, and welcome back to some good old art. Hope everyone's having a good day so far. Hope everyone's having a good one. I'm going to do my best to wake up. I need my medication, but I will wait till the ads start. Right. So we can get the morning ads out of the way. Nice and easy like. There they are. Cool. Ugh. And others are playing is it Mecha Chameleon? Mecha Chameleon? I've seen it though. It's like the prominent like friend slot game at the moment. And of course I've got to do my obligatory, I did do that, no. Yeah, no, I've seen a lot of people playing that. I've watched like a little bit of the game. I don't know, this is one of those times where maybe I'm just, like, in the wrong... It just doesn't look that fun to me. Like, I enjoyed watching the people play it that I have watched. I just don't think I would have fun playing it. Because it reminds me a lot of Prop Hunt, but, like... There's elements of it that I don't like. So you'd love it as an artist? See, it's kind of the other way around, right? Because, think of it like this. I don't quite, like, I like Prop Hunt because theoretically everyone has, kind of like an equal playing field to work from. Right? Whereas, like, that one looks so... There are two kinds of people that succeed in that game, and one of them is just a better artist. And I just don't want the stress of having to do my art every fucking time. Like, again, I like Prop Hunt because it's like silly, dumb fun. Sort of thing, so... Oh, hey, you bug, how's it going? And obviously also, hey to you, the DSE. You're stinky, bug. You're the stinky one. So yeah, I was now a fox, a cat, a moth, and now a wolf. Yeah, she's also buff and Godzilla. Am not you are. I know. It's not what I've been told. I'm good though, hope you're doing well. I'm doing alright. As well as I can be, right? Oh yeah, Bug, there's a soundbite on Tangier for you now. Chad started having a bit more fun with it. Yeah, I hope you like that that's there now for you. See, that's the danger now. Flips getting turned into quads. To be fair, I think I've been done the dirtiest by them, so... Take that as your will. I know you're drawing Yao, but what am I drawing? This is something that Yao actually asked for, is a cult piece of her and Gingling. I started working on it last stream, and I've not had any time to work on it further. But yeah, no, it was basically last week when I did my art stream. I was kind of like very all over the place trying to decide what I wanted to work on. So I just kind of eventually found something, which is what led to that weird like whatchamacallit, the hands one. With the Magi girl. From Gushing. But afterwards, Yawa then was like, hey, if you want inspiration for next time, you should do this. As she always does. Basically, consistently comes up to me and goes, hey, can you do something for me? I need to start setting up friends raids. That's what I need to do. I still need to do that one for you, Bug, that I have. I recently got something sketched for that. Oh, I've just been so bloody distracted at the moment. And I'm meeting with the government again today. Which I'm not supposed to have another one for a while, but bugger them, I guess. Ugh. Is the pain. There we go. Not the government. Yeah, government. Always a pleasant time. Said nobody ever. From the government. I think that's about as good. Nah, it'll be. Dude, I've been spending a good chunk of my time just looking at magic again because of me getting those Hatsune Miku cards now. So I've been like working on my main Hatsune Miku deck and then like a couple of others. It's going great. I've got ideas for it all. I'm trying to figure it all out. Lost in the sauce? I am kind of lost in the sauce. My brain's so fried so many different ways at this point. Trying to like get my brain to like reorganize itself, but like, oh man, it's hard. I mean, I kind of want to start something this week that's not just more art and more Tomodachi Life, just so I have something to like offset my brain for stream. But the only series that I have like kind of sitting in the wings that I think I can do without it lagging, I don't know if I want to do yet. Because it's one that I'm like super excited to do at some point. But it's like the only game I have on my consoles that I'm like, I want to play right now. You too much, but it's good to take breaks. Look, I'm gonna have to take a forced break coming up, purely because they won't let me work at the hospital. That's all I'm doing. Like, I don't have a laptop, so I can't, and I'm not kidding, by the way. If I had a laptop, I would be working from the hospital. I'm literally taking my notebook with me, and some extra, like, notebook things. And I'll have my phone with me, obviously, charging all the time. So I will be, like, actively working as much as I can from the physical side of things. I just hope they put all of the monitoring shit on my left arm again. So I can actually write with my right arm. No work allowed? I'd like to see you try and stop me. I will literally come out of the, like, one of the things and just be, like, I'm sitting there for days with tests and shit. Let me fucking... And like constant monitoring. Let me do something to distract myself. God. I have to. I'll go insane otherwise. I'll be watching YouTube and doing work. I need to make sure my headphones are charged, actually. The ones on my phone. Like, I can't even do art. That's the thing, right? It's like, I don't have any pencils or anything that I could be able to take with me. So I'm literally cut off from so much. I hate it. Do voice calls? Depends on if there's gonna be people around. I would be surprised if I'd be allowed to do it very much. From, the bed. Because, I'll probably be put in, like, a wing. Because it's a lot of monitoring and tests, so I need to be somewhere public. And not interrupt the other people there, obviously. Yeah. Don't worry, I'll be intermittently probably looking at Discord. I'll probably respond. The best part is, right, if someone sends me a message on Discord during that time, they're either not going to get a response for like 4 hours or going to get like responses instantly. It's like one of two ways it's going to go. Purely because, like, I'm either going to be bored out of my fucking mind, or I'm going to be, like, doing something. I have been updating my song playlist, though. So I should be fine while I'm there. And I'm pretty sure my data's, like, stocked up, so I should be fine for looking at stuff online. Might end up having to watch some fucking streams or something. Where's my reference? Around here somewhere. Right? And yeah. To be fair, I think I have it in the sub view now. Hmm. Okay, there we go. That. Trying to even think, because outside of like watching anime and like checking up on a couple of things, I've not really been doing much recently. I did scour the news the other day. I set aside some things to talk about that I thought were very important. I remember. Where was that thing that I wanted to pull up? King Lee's a shark? Yep. Oh yeah, Crafton got their bonus. The people that work there getting their bonus in the end, which is really nice. For Subnautica 2. I did finally log into Infield the other day. God, I need to do so much to catch up. I'm so behind on that game. Oh, no, that's right. There was one thing I saw that I want to talk about because it's fucking hysterical. I don't have one of the news reports with me, sadly, right now. I just remember it. Have you guys heard about the fucking, what is it, like the Mexican Batman that's going on at the moment? See if I can find, like, one of the news reports about it. It's amazing. So there is a guy, apparently, they've not found them, but apparently, like, there's a bunch of reports and stuff about a Mexican vigilante that's going around and, like, duct taping and taping up, like, thieves. Like, people, like, stealing motorbikes and stuff like that, are taping them up next to the thing they stole, for the police to find. Like, literally taping them up. Like, let me find one of the fucking images. It's fucking hysterical, because it's just everyone shit posting on it at the moment. But it's, like, actually so good. It's a legitimate thing at the moment. I'll see if I. Oh, I'm trying to find something. Yeah, here's like an image of what I'm talking about. If you give me a second to like set the source to show it. This. Guys getting beaten up and then taped up next to the thing they stole for the police to find. It's actual Batman. He is wanted by the police because he is a vigilante, which again, vigilantism is still vigilantism. But like, whenever he wears a costume, well, the only reports that have been found talking about him at this point are those, and then apparently he may have an assistant and he may have a vehicle, to which everyone's immediately gone, he's got Robin and the Batmobile. I mean, I don't know and I don't really care. It's just, again, it's one of the ain't no way. Yeah, no, apparently he's not alone. He has an assailant with him, and he does have a vehicle. Which I mean, like, that just tracks. Like, that makes sense. You want to have multiple people if you're going to try something like this. But it's really funny because you're sitting there going, this is Batman and Robin. Assistant, sidekick. Exactly. Brother, you're no assistant. You're a sidekick. Let's go, Robin. So yeah, there you go. There's your, like, random news for the day. Drama with Love in Deep Space. I don't really know the game, but it's kind of crazy. Love in Deep Space. It's not ringing a bell. Oh god, so wait, what? So there was a character that they had, and it got protested against? It's cancelled plans to introduce a Valko, also known as as the sixth romance option following widespread backlash. It was unveiled in late June and is scheduled to debut there. However, the studio announced they would not be doing it. Statement shared by the account, and Fold acknowledged that it had introduced the character prematurely. Oh, so did they just get backlash because, like, it was... What? Because they want to... Okay, they want to... literally, what I'm reading here is apparently they want them to expand the current 5 more than add an entire new character. That certain characters had gone more than 500 days without receiving a new story chapter. Okay. What? Some people being really mad about him looking too Western and gay. Well, he's a werewolf. Fucking werewolves are camp as shit. Fight me. Look, I want you to find like a Teen Wolf kind of character in any franchise and tell me how they don't look kind of gay. They're a bro that hangs out with their pack mates and normally has their shirt off. I'm sorry, werewolves are gay. Most controversial statement I'm gonna make of the day, hopefully. You know the worst part is, I'm pretty sure Noxie plays that game. I might ask her about it later, she'll know at least. She keeps her head to the ground with that sort of, like, ear to the ground with that sort of stuff. You like werewolves? I'm not saying bad things about werewolves, I'm just saying they're gay. You telling me gay's bad? Holy shit, Bug. I thought we were progressive here. The water's turning, the werewolf's gay. Can't believe it. Can't believe it. That is possibly one of the dumbest jokes I've ever made. The moon's turning, the werewolf's gay. Alright, let me pull up my reference for what hand. Yeah, there we go. Alright, what is this meme that you sent me? Yes. But okay, no. But I stand by my point. Look at that image and tell me how not like tell me which of those don't look gay, of those werewolves. But I'm gonna be honest. They all look gay. Werewolf equals gay. Confirm. Alright. The weirdest conversation I've had for a while. Just talking about werewolves being gay. To be fair, teen, like, werewolves got ruined for me because of, Twilight. I'm sorry, that movie was just too bad. Did too much damage to werewolves in my mind. I think it's also because, sorry, like, my brain's, like, processing this conversation while trying to do art. I think it's also partly because, like, I grew up with Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and, like, there is only one main werewolf in that series, whereas there's way more vampires. Fuck, is even there a werewolf in the first season? I'm not sure if there's even a werewolf in the first season. Like, I know werewolves get introduced fairly early on, and then eventually Oz turns up, and Oz is a werewolf. Because that's all while they're still at high school. Because it's only when they go to college does Willow start, Willow finds Tara, and then they start going out? Because I think they meet earlier on, but, like, they both realize they're witches during Hush. The episode Hush, which is a phenomenal episode, by the way, if people haven't ever seen that episode. It is an episode literally based around creatures that steal your voice, so everyone can't talk. And the only way to beat them is for them to hear a woman scream. So I'm sure you can understand, like, how scary of a fight that is. Like, they're literally unbeatable. And they are so good. Oh, dude, because they're literally called the Gentlemen. They're like these demented-looking, like, gentlemanly figures that are, like, slowly going, all happy-go-lucky and just grabbing out a scalpel and slowly peeling you apart while you scream, but you can't scream because you're soundless. Actual good horror. Amazing episode. Amazing episode. best episode? What's the best episode? I don't know. What's more feeling will always be like here in my eyes. A demon turning up that just augments the entire town to sing and dance until they die. Great concept. That looks a little bit better for the hand. Shrinking them down a little bit makes it look a little less awkward. I don't even remember, Gingli doesn't actually have like quite prominent nails in her design, so I do need to make sure I do those correctly. Yawa doesn't have nails. Wow. I was just wondering that. I was sitting there like, I don't remember ever seeing nails very prevalently on the Fukon design. Sorry, my brain's also like currently thinking about some stuff for later today. I had to make sure I get all my documents ready. Oh, have y'all seen the new SAO game that's coming out? The Sword Art Online game. It actually looks pretty solid. Curious about it. yeah, no, I've got... Dude, Oh, I need to look at, Iron Mouse's new outfit properly. Like, I've still not looked at it yet. Hmm. Oh, they're just... Okay, so... I want to... This is a follow-up to something I talked about before. Is Wallpaper Engine was getting used with the application wallpapers to basically hack people. By sending malware in. They've basically... I think the official statement now is they're just getting rid of application wallpapers. Just full stop, because it's not something that they can easily track and monitor. So they're just getting rid of the whole system for it. Which it's one of those things where I'm like, that's sad, but it's probably the correct call. Because while there is the community of people that are going to be upset by that, the vast majority of people that will be affected by it will be affected positively by it, right? It's a cost versus a cost analysis argument where it's like, how many people are going to be negatively affected, how many people are going to be positively affected. I think it very heavily outweighs. So I think it's a solid call. They're just removing all of them, and they're removing application ones. But don't get me wrong, there'll probably be still ways to get malware through or whatever, but like I think that is the correct angle. I mean, as someone that hasn't used Wallpaper Engine in years, doesn't affect me much. Because I used to use Wallpaper Engine, but unsurprisingly, when I started streaming, I started kind of not wanting to use it anymore. Purely because it would tank my PC just that little bit more than I needed to. Which leads to me having the background I have now. That I think Devil made as a meme ages and ages ago that I've just left. Don't get me wrong, I do want to get like a better, like a bit more of an official one done at some point, but that's like, that's not for a while. I think when I go to do the new PC, I don't know what I'm actually going to be doing for my, for it. Like, I genuinely don't know. That's one of those things where I've not, like, actually sat down and thought heavily about it yet. PCD's nuts? Shut up. Are you gonna do a PC build stream? That is still up for debate, whether or not I will. I kind of want to, but also at the same time, it's partly down to the guy that I will be having help me build it. Because, like, I think he'll probably be mostly fine with it, but I wouldn't want to put him on the spot. Oh, look, speak of devil. Well, Devil Wears Prada, after all. Or whatever that joke is. Had a boring day today? Oh no. Didn't have the wind be weird or anything like that? Must have been the wind. Talked to like 3 people and for less than 20 minutes combined. Damn, okay, that is not much, huh? Sitting on your office and playing Darkest Dungeon on the Switch. Fair enough. Kinda hope one of the machines is broken tonight, so you don't have be working hard, sneak earbuds in just in case. Fair enough. Who am I drawing? So this is Yawa and Gingli. I'm currently working on like the Gingli part of it. Get it working a bit better. This is one of Yawa's long-term friends. With the zoom, didn't even see Yawa. Yeah, I know, right? It's because I'm that like focused on working in this specific area that you didn't even see Yawa off to the side here. Started to show me massive amounts of Hunter x Hunter clips. Huh. I haven't watched that. Hey, like, why is there epic music? Because that's what I felt like listening today. So I just literally put on, some, like, From Software game OST stuff. Yeah, and, like, sometimes it's Stardew, sometimes it was Doom music. I just, whatever I feel like. Yeah. Something like that. Okay. There we go. If it, okay, no, going on the boss music, right? Tell me when art isn't like a final boss fight. This shit fucks me up. This is what it sounds like in my head whenever I'm doing like my commissions at the end. You say commissions, I picture you drawing a giant fairy. Well, I mean, I can't say I haven't. Like, we don't lie here. We acknowledge what people do. Oh, fuck. The other day, something caught me off guard that was really funny to me. Is, one of my old friends, like, I haven't talked to in yonks. Fucking... They messaged me going like, oh, they had a dream about playing League of Legends against me, and they're in Europe, so like there are several leaps of logic to get there. But apparently I was streaming League of Legends, playing League of Legends, and they stream sniped me, and that's what they dreamed. It's very funny to me. I like a stream of League of Legends made by you would end with you turning on the face cam, showing us how you block friends. You're not even probably that far off, honestly. I don't think... Again, it's one of those ones where, like, for a charity event, I might do it. If there's, like, a massive incentive behind it, right? Like, if for example, we were doing a charity event, I'd go like, cool, 10 grand to the charity and I'll play League of Legends. I feel like I'd be able to do it and come out of it the other side. Like, I'd come out of it on the other side still being like shit, but I'd definitely be like a little bit more okay with it because it's done for a good cause, right? That's it. That's my argument. I mean, this is probably the same argument I'd have for Fortnite, right? Get into a brawl because of League. I mean, I've talked about before how I literally, the only time I've ever like punched my monitor was because of League of Legends. I step away for a moment. What's wrong? What's wrong, Bug? Oh, is it because you missed out on us talking about giant furry gods? Did you want to be involved in that conversation? Furry PP. The question is, how anatomically correct are furries with that? Because, like, is the PP itself furry? Because the PP itself shouldn't be furry. There's no cock like Horace cock. Anyway, hey, Nightmare, how's it going? Oh! I think I've seen one Adrone furry before, but I mean, I'm sure it's up to... I feel like there's only problems to come from the like, actual penis being furry, right? Oh, okay. This is mainly for Bug that I'm calling this out, by the way, but have you heard the news about the stuff with Ben and Bricks and Minifigs? Like the newest news about it? It is good news. But it's like, it's good news come very fucking late. I think they settled, right? It basically, they've said, like, they'll give them the stuff now. Finally. Like, they'll just give them the stuff. And that was as of, like, yesterday, I think they got basically said. Okay, yeah, so to anyone that doesn't know what I might be talking about, this has been, like, a whole thing. So one of the days, me and Bug, possibly after a stream, or just, like, I think it was one of the days we were just chatting, we watched, some stuff about the Bricks and Minifigs controversy that happened. And I'm not going to go too far into it because it does get kind of political. And I hate that it's like, I actually can say it goes political, and it's like, no, it goes really political. But, like, the shorthand of it is a family, there's Bricks and Minifigs is a large-scale, resale company, for Lego. A family, sold all of the, well, quotation marks, sold all of their Lego to this place. Now what ended up happening was, because the collection was worth like $250,000, the store couldn't buy anything. So what they did was they basically leased the stock. So it's, the stock is there until purchase is made, and then he would be paid in compensation for the purchase. Now, at some point in time, the store changed ownership. And basically the owners, fucked around a bunch of stuff. The main company fucked around a bunch of stuff, and they basically were told, you don't, like, we don't have your Lego anymore. Or, like, that contract's no longer valid, or any fucking random excuse. So this YouTuber, Ben, came in, tried to interact with it. Lots of stuff went down. Foul play on all ends. And, yeah, I honestly have no good description better than, like, there's hours of content on this, around the place if people are curious. But basically, it almost seemed like the cops were in on all of this, and they were corrupt. The guy had to run to fucking Mexico to not get, basically arrested. And the company would still refuse to give back the Legos, and everything. And then the people that were in charge of the store ran away, or all that sort of stuff. Fuck, anything and everything happened under this. It seemed like such a, like, TV show drama energy. Point is, hopefully now it's fucking over. But I agree with Bug, is like, I didn't like keeping up with it, actively, because every time I felt like I was keeping up with it actively, I was just sitting there, like, losing my shit over how Ben was doing dumb shit when he shouldn't have been. Like, he was talking when he shouldn't have been, he was, not taking any good legal advice, from people that are professionals in the field, and he was just hurting his entire argument, as he went through. However, at that same time, it shouldn't have even gotten to the stage it got to. It got to the stage it got to because basically and in the nicest sense, that's why I say it gets political, the police should very clearly played favorites. It was an incredibly questionable a lot of stuff going on. He was literally gonna represent himself, yeah. And when you have, like, people like the Legal Eagle trying to reach out going like, dude, no. You should probably fucking listen. But hopefully all of this is just fucking settled now and we can just be done with it. Cause, God, I am so tired of that situation. It was mentally exhausting looking at it and just seeing the sheer, like, stuff going on. I will not deny it did give me a better understanding of one thing, and I don't like that this is my takeaway from it, of how corrupt the US police force can actually be. I thought that shit was jokes, or like 1 or 2 cops in a station. I didn't think it could be like a large force like that. That shit scares me. I am so, like, terrified by that being the case. Like, have I seen corrupt cops? Yes. But, like, not to that higher degree in that, like, larger scale. And yeah, so that situation rose a lot of questions about how that was going. But never actually saw that this level of corruption. Yeah, like that's what fucked me up from that entire situation the most. Like corporate being corporate assholes, that's within my understanding and like experience. I have never seen a police force basically act like a mafia for some. Like that's what again, that's what fucked me up the most from all of this. Morning, Matthew. Yeah, no, the bricks and minifig situation is hopefully all done and dusted now. Base case scenario. Yeah, no, it's one of those things that, like, I've seen statistics, I've seen all sorts. But statistics are statistics, right? And they're not going to tell you the full picture. It's not so to me that stuff like that can fly at all. And to hear that it's, like, not uncommon is scary. Still have the Lego collection. They're apparently they're apparently trying to settle now cleanly and give back the Lego as of like a day or two ago. Yeah, no, as Devil said there, Bricks and Minifigs used to be one of the, well, I mean, they were the leading Lego reseller in the US. And now the reputation has been abysmally destroyed by their, I want to stress, right, I'm going to phrase this very particularly, both of their action and inaction in different parts. Have been like massive contributors to how this has gone down. I do not think they're the major at fault for all of it. I think that they were just corporate and they were handling stuff poorly. But this situation has destroyed them. Any reputation, any good efforts they've done. This is how, in the modern day, companies like this don't die. I don't think Bricks and Minifigs are gonna, like, disappear overnight. But I do think that this has done such a blow to them that, like, they're going to have to pull back hugely on how they handle operations. Which now means that it affects more, the consumer and the people, like the lower staff that work there, then it's going to affect hiring. List due to being shoved into the CEO's face by CoffeeZilla. Yeah, like I mean, again, it's most of it comes from Ben. Again, I want to like reiterate, Ben did the right thing a lot of wrong ways. That's the best way to look at what happened. Like, I think he was being a problematic nuisance, and he was doing a lot of stuff thinking he could get support in the right ways, which he kind of did in the end. But I do think he was being a bit of a fucking moron. At a lot of times.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Yeah, exactly. God damn it, I love that one. How many times do we have to teach you that lesson, old man? But yeah, no, it's the problem of corporate. Hey, you Clap, how's it going? Might remind me to water. Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. He tried his best, but boy, was he bad at... Like, again, I think he did a lot of things really cute and smart, but there was like 1 or 2 times where it's like, no, this is actually criminal. And that's the reason why, like, it comes down to he did kind of participate in vigilantism, which, as we just talked about earlier, people do that. There's nothing like that in itself is a crime, but it's kind of cool. Again, I'm still really curious about the Mexican Batman, and I'm gonna follow that case a little bit because it's really funny. We had a lot of fun watching it though. Oh dude, yes, we had a lot of fun watching it, but god did I spin out. I remember how much, like, I was like, bro, there's no way this is real. But yeah, no, to those that have turned up now and such, if you haven't seen Mexican Batman, go look it up, it's fucking amazing. Fair enough, Clap, catch you later, have fun. Like, the guy in Hawaii who beat up one dude, almost killed a seal. Yeah, like, this is the thing. Vigilantism isn't per se, like, there is a level of it's illegal, but you can get it sometimes, right? Like, you can sit there and go, no, 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 I see where you're coming from. This is the wrong approach, but I see where you're coming from. That's why, like, again, I want to stress, Mexican Batman is a great example of this. President didn't approve, but he gave him a reward. And also, yeah, like, there's that sort of stuff. Like, that's what I'm hoping. Because again, you can't have vigilantes running around, because that's basically people believing that, again, it's the comic book stuff. You're not above the law, Batman. But I am justice. No, Batman, you're not justice. You're a fucking rich kid with parental problems. Justice! You've got enough trauma to make any therapist froth at the mouth with how much money they're gonna make. Calm. Justice! Well, Joker's an insane person with attachment issues. Oh, have you heard about the new Joker movie coming out? I think it's a movie, right? There's a new Joker movie coming out that I'm super excited for, because it's based on like the storyline where I think the Batman dies and the Joker basically becomes Batman and realizes like all of his problems. Fucking, I'm so excited for that. I have a lot to say, but it's not really a good format to speak on the subject, yeah. Imagine if Bruce had just gotten therapy and grief and trauma support. Yeah, okay. The White Knight Joker was calling it. Like, I'm so excited for that. Yeah, no, I think that's getting a movie edit, like an animated movie, and I'm like, dude, that would be sick. White Knight. No, sorry. But like, I'm definitely really intrigued on how they're gonna handle that, because I think DC has felt the best when their movies haven't tried to feel like a larger scale story. Most of the time, right? Like when they're just telling the story. Like the Doomsday, was it like Justice League Doomsday or whatever? Like that big storyline where it was the three, where it was focused primarily around John Constantine. Like, those movies were fucking awesome. Not the one where he dies and becomes a DMV worker. Complex, yeah, okay, yeah. Remember the standalone Hulk versus movies? I like stories like that. Like, again, I think DC has felt best when, I cannot stress enough, when it's not feeling like we're doing the DC CU, right? Like, when they're not trying to mimic Marvel, they're feeling great. James Gunn's curious. I haven't watched the newest one he's done that I've heard a lot of negativity towards. I think even Gunn has actually come out and apologized for that movie, like publicly, which is wild to me. I don't know if it is actually that bad. But like, yeah, when it's self-contained is probably the best way to look at it. Is like, even the Doomsday ones where there's like 3 movies put together, they're self-contained within those 3 movies. Right? Typical. I only saw some trailers and heard a lot of criticism, but a lot of it was I hate women, so not really. Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna be honest. I'm still gonna go watch it. Like me and my friend said we're gonna go watch it because we liked the Superman movie. I do feel like I'm probably gonna go into it expecting worse than it might end up being. Just purely because of the large-scale criticism. That it's received. It's kind of hard to go into a movie when you've heard like every critic trying to slap it down, without going with a little bit of negativity towards it. Right? Like, don't get me wrong, I don't trust most critics. But it's hard when it is a resounding statement. But I'm still gonna go watch it. So I get a little of how you feel. Yeah, like, it's... Because, like, I stand by all my criticism of the Minecraft movie aside. Like, the movie's fun to watch while you're watching it. You just feel wrong for enjoying it. Is how I described it. Right? Like, I just felt dirty for enjoying it, right? That's it. That's how I describe that movie. I'm not saying it's bad or good. I'm just saying that I did not feel like I should have enjoyed it as much as I did. But I enjoyed it. Enough. You hear chicken jockey and they witness someone ripping a toddler in half and beating us in a... Yeah. It's just... I don't know, man. I don't think I've been, like, super excited for a movie in a while. Like, that's not really changing, because, like, the Spider-Man one I'm not super excited for. It's interesting looking, that's about it. Mentally stuck at Minecraft. No, you're fine. I don't know. Well, like, is there any movies that I've been excited for? Like, Naked Gun was probably the only one I've been excited for in a long time. That was a great movie. Absolutely phenomenal. Loved it. Loved it to bits. Last was Endgame. That's fair. I think my thoughts towards Endgame were a little bit more sour at the time because I went and watched the Captain Marvel movie, and no offense to that movie, it just wasn't good. The actress hadn't really hit her stride yet. The character, like, that she had just didn't feel right yet. And I think that's like a mix of pressure, poor direction, and just not enough time. I actually just don't think she had enough time to get into that role. Because like she's done better since. Like her in Endgame was fine. For the most part. I do think the part that pissed me off the most with her in Endgame was how, okay, this is where, like, take it how you will, but like Thor is supposed to be the strongest Avenger, and to kind of have Thor delegated to saying I like her as a way of going like, oh, old strong character likes new strong character, is the only way for us to like clearly get a showing of like this character being recognized as strong. It's like, yeah, those Hulk is strongest. I mean, okay. Yes, Hulk is, in all intents and purposes, the actual strongest, purely because of all of the bullshit that goes on with him. But again, Thor is supposed to be the weakness. Okay, the acknowledgement that needs to be made is Hulk may be stronger and more indestructible and everything like that, but he's not as in control, because the Hulk isn't, like, Banner is smart, Hulk isn't as smart, most of the time. That's in fact why the Hulk can be the strongest, is when those two either merge in some capacity or what, right? Thor isn't quite as strong, like, Thor isn't quite as strong as the Hulk, but he is in control of his facilities. But the problem with, again, okay, this is where I come to with that movie, is that Marvel just kind of comes in and becomes like the Deus Ex Machina. And it feels so cheap that she comes in and is able to take down the entire ship as a missile, basically, when like Thor should have been able to take down that same ship. Again, like, the only time the MCU actually did the Hulk a little justice was during Age of Ultron. If you guys remember that. It's like Tony having to bring out his entire fucking arsenal to just slow him down. And like contingency plans and everything like that. Like, that was great. I think that's what we wanted. Gotta get ready for work, have a good rest stream. Oh, good, Bug, have a good one. Try not to get too annoyed with work. But like that I think is like the only time they actually properly acknowledged in like the movies that aspect. And realistically, Hulk's never getting a solo movie again, because every Hulk solo movie they've ever done just went so poorly in the box offices that he's a black sheep in that sense. Irregardless of if they actually would be able to get a good one or not, they're just too afraid to take that risk. It's not like monetarily worth it. But that's like, so that's where it comes back to, like, Captain Marvel is supposed to be quite powerful. Thor is supposed to be incredibly powerful as well. In the MCU at current state, it probably should be Thor is the stronger of the two. But I can accept the valid argument of, yes, there has been times in the comics where Captain Marvel is stronger, right? And as kind of said a second ago, it's like when you adhere to the power scaling too heavily and too seriously, it does tend to like make some of this stuff kind of shit. But also an acknowledgement to like make a character so clearly beyond another character that it shouldn't be does kind of suck. Right? I mean, look, I'll stand by, one of the worst scenes in Endgame to me still is the scene where it's like, I think, is it Peter has the gauntlet at that time? And Captain Marvel turns up, and then it's just like, how are you gonna get it all the way there? It's impossible. And it's like, get it there alone or whatever. And it's like, she's not alone. She has help. And then it's all of the female Avengers turn up. And I'm like, Captain Marvel and Scarlet Witch can solo this army. Why the fuck is Mantis there? Like, I know what they're trying to do, but it came too forced by comparison to Infinity War, where the empowerment sequence was Black Widow, the warrior from Wakanda, and I think one other, fighting the female combatant from Thanos' side. And I don't think anyone's gonna deny that sequence was fucking awesome. Seeing like the badass power, like them doing their badass shit there, that was sick. But yeah, no, as Devil said there, like theoretically, Marvel should have actually been powerful enough to snap and survive a snap, because she is like empowered by some of the excess force from one Infinity Stone. So she should actually theoretically survive it just about as well as Hulk did. Which, yes, he got fucked up from it. Which, again, goes to the point we're trying to make with a lot of this, where it sucks when, to make a new character seem strong, they have to either put down an old character or have one of the old characters acknowledge them being strong. Like Batman with brain damage, teaming up with Superboy Prime and Absolute Wonder Woman. Same thing with Marvel and the Wakanda Warrior. Like, that's the, again, no, I point at Mantis. Mantis is the one that I'm just like, why the fuck is Mantis there? Right? Like Gamora, Mantis, a Wakanda Warrior. Like, these people... Like, Rescue, I could see a little bit of an argument for. Fucking Scarlet Witch, 100%. I mean, she is, like, literally able to bend reality, theoretically. But, like, it's when... who were in the scene? Who were in that scene? No, we're looking it up. We're looking it up. Avengers End Game. Email. Oh, I love how it's feminist scene. I don't like that it's called the feminist scene. Because, like, it is all of the women line up and then run in the same direction together. Okay, so you've got, like, Valkyrie there. She's pretty strong. Okay, here we go. So we've got Nebula, which she's a decent warrior. Should be able to fight most of the stuff in Thanos' army, like the Chitani, pretty easily. Suri, which at this point in time she's just like a hyped up tech gadget character, so yeah, probably could do some damage. Wasp, yeah, also could probably like take out a few people. Gamora definitely could take out a few people. Wakandan warrior, I can't remember her name, I apologize. Yeah, sure. Valkyrie could probably solo like a small militia. Rescue could probably nuke an area. Mantis can take like 3 guys at most. And then you've got Marvel somewhere in here where she could apparently nuke an entire fucking ship out of the sky. Like, I'm sorry, the power scaling for the scene sucks. And it's because of that, this loses a lot of what it was intended to be. Like, that's the problem. If they only had, like that's that issue. Valkyrie is an Asgardian, so she is like Thor with no hammer and better training. She is less power and more skilled, is what it comes down to. Like, that is acknowledged by it all. Because the difference is, Thor can actually do, in the I'm gonna use gaming terms here, AoE damage, right? Valkyrie can't. That's why I say, Valkyrie can take on a small militia quite easily, especially on her Pegasus. But like, her and Rescue in this scenario are probably much similar in power level and capability. The difference is Valkyrie can go for a fuckload longer than Rescue can. Rescue probably has limited ammunition, because I don't believe the suit was finished fully. But that's the point to be made, is like, Nebula and Gamora are like just slightly superhuman-esque. Like, don't get me wrong, they've got weaponry out the wazoo and they're willing to kill people, so they're probably going to do a bit better than someone like Captain America. But like, they're not going to be that much better by comparison. And yeah, so you've literally got like human with a little bit of tech that can probably stun people and be a decent assistant. You've got one person that can take out a few people, but it would be quite slow by comparison. You've got a good warrior, but like a warrior nonetheless that's like human, just with really hyped up tech. And then yeah, you've literally got like, again, no offense to Mantis, really no offense meant to this, but no offense to Mantis. Mantis does not fit the rest of these people. Again, especially you've got Captain Marvel and Scarlet Witch in this grouping. You don't see them in this shot, but like they're there. Yeah, see, like you've got this shot where it's Rescue, Captain Marvel, Mantis, and the Scarlet Witch and Valkyrie in the back there. Like, the power level between these characters is nuts. Okay, here we go. So these are our characters for the scene, even though this is the green screen. This is the shot for it. So let's just take that time. Right? Incredibly capable warrior could probably take on like 10 characters or like a high-end character pretty well. Nebula could definitely take on like a high-end character. pretty decently, same as Gamora. Like, they could take out a good fair few people. Shuri could help someone take out an important character. Wasp could definitely take out, like, unimportant, like, a important-ish character. Rescue could definitely take out an important character, if not more. Mantis maybe takes out 3 characters, at best. Captain Marvel can apparently nuke the area, and fucking Scarlet Witch should be able to rip reality in half. Fuck! So no, I want to stress that is what I think ruined that scene the most, is how forced it felt, because these characters are nowhere near the same power level. If they had made it like, and then I don't think, yeah, Valkyrie's not here. If they had made it Valkyrie, Captain Marvel, Rescue, and the Scarlet Witch, just alone them, I actually think it would have been fine, right? I actually think I would have been fine with that scene a lot more, even if it was exactly the same, just less characters. Like, especially Mantis. Like, I'm not gonna get over this. The fuck is Mantis there? Mantis should not be in this kind of group of characters. Like, Valkyrie makes sense, sure. The Wakandan warrior really starts to, like, that's when we're like, I'm not sure. I'm so upset by the scene. Like, this scene here, if anyone remembers this from, Infinity War movie, this scene was fucking great. These people's fighting there, awesome. Absolutely awesome. That sequence was so good. Because that felt woman empowerment without it being, like, forced in the same way. And in the nicest sense, again, like, these two especially, these two are actually a very similar and comparable power level. That tracks. But yeah, I just... Oh, no, okay. I need to hide these memes now. No. Holy shit, that's so rude. Scarlett Johansson throws herself off a cliff so she doesn't have to be part of the girl power scene. No, I genuinely, I stand by. I think the girl power scene, there's not a problem with it per se, it's just that it was done poorly. Now, again, I want to stress, by the way, if someone disagrees with me on that, and feels like I've been incredibly rude about it all, I apologize. This is personal opinion scenario, right? If you think the scene was good, you're perfectly entitled to how you believe about that. I don't. Chloe Norris. No. No, I felt like I had to say that bit there, though, just because I feel like I've been excessively negative about those scenes, and there are people out there that probably enjoyed that scene. And I want to stress, there is nothing wrong with liking a scene, especially if, like, a bunch of people don't like it. You shouldn't have to feel wrong for disliking it. We're not normalizing white power, no. To be fair, I did see something earlier today that fucked me up in the wrong kind of way. Because I'm gonna be real tentative about this because this starts getting politicky. So I watch The Daily Show because they're actually a really entertaining source of some stuff, and it gives me like a chance to check in on certain things and then go like, okay, is that actually real? I'm gonna go look this up myself to inform myself, because I talked before how that's something I do a lot. And one of the sequences I saw, I think it was literally today, was like, they were talking about, it's like, oh, what would the US look like in the future? And one of the people at like a rally for the birthday, the 250th birthday, was like, oh, well, I feel like in the future, the groups are gonna like separate up and divide up and say, oh, so the US is gonna become divided again, and we're bringing back good old segregation. It's like, yikes. When I start crashing about woman power and talking politics, it's I need to stop before I get myself in trouble. But no, all good, devil. Catch you later. Is Mantis empathetic or invasive? Depends. Mixed things of it all, right? I believe she's like an aggressive empath? Kind of her power? She has the power to like kind of warp your perspective and feelings. So she can make you feel things, and that's about it. So she can like disorganize you. Do you know Mantis is way more powerful in the comics? Mantis gets more powerful in the comics. She is pretty weak in general. But she is still a Celestial's child. Like, she is still Ego's child, if I remember correctly, in the original stuff. I see you punch me in the face. I feel you are angry, and I get a bit angry. I am a bit of an empath myself. Like, it's such... Like, she can distort you. Like, I think some of the highest power she gets to is she distorts perspective. Like, she's nowhere as powerful as something like the Reality Stone, obviously. Let's look it up. Marvel Mantis. Let's see. So, Brandon, or Mantis, Earth 616, is an empath and deadly martial artist. Raised by... Oh, she's just straight up on the... Yeah, she's just straight up from Earth. She's a human clone of an Eternal. I mean, it depends on which version of her, right? Like, the one I'm looking at isn't. Following an assault by Kang against her, Mantis enacted her role as the Celestial Madonna by leaving Earth with the Katati Elder. Her mother, the Celestial Messiah. The experience fragmented her spirit into various aspects and eventually reforming herself into one cohesive being. She travels, she reshapes her understanding of identity and purpose. Plant Warriors. Mantis returned to her home planet to stop her mad son. He returned to the Guardians. The galaxy was threatened by a Grootfall. Mantis was one of the few remaining Guardians, though. Through the use of a multiversal garment, she manifested a personality break by transforming into different aspects of herself. So she's been involved with the Kree, if anything. Yeah, so her baseline stuff that she's got is way more interesting. She's half Vietnamese and half German, apparently. And yeah, under a second of the Kree, may become the Celestial Madonna and mate with the eldest Katati on Earth to become the mother of the Celestial Messiah, Qualia, the most important being in the universe. She's mind-wiped and sent into the world to gain life experience. She becomes a sex worker and a barmaid in a Vietnamese town, where she meets a swordsman. He helps him regain his self-respect and follows him when the former villain attempts to rejoin the Avengers. Becomes an ally to the Avengers when the swordsman rejoins the group. Oh man, she's actually not that strong. Let's see. Powers and abilities. Mantis has obtained the mastery of meditation disciplines, giving her the unusual amount of control over her body, including anatomic functions like heartbeat, bleeding, and breathing, as well as awareness of pain, allowing her to more quickly heal injuries through sheer force of will. and affronting most superhuman reflexes and reactions. She also has psychic empathy, a telepathic power that allows her to sense the emotions of others. Gain additional abilities as a result of her communion with the Prime Kotati. Her empathetic ability enabled her to communicate with plant-like Kotati and with plant life. She has the power of astral projection, separate her physical and astral forms, projecting a consciousness, yada yada. We know what fucking astral projection is. She also has the ability to transform her astral form to any place where plant life exists. Yeah, that's pretty cool. She could form and inhabit plant-like simulacrum of her human body for herself out of the destination planet's local vegetation. Her fighting skill remains intact, her empathetic abilities were heightened to a superhuman degree and extended to the planet's flora and biosphere. She could control the vegetation within her vicinity. She displayed superhuman strength, talent of simultaneously inhabit multiple simulacra, and the ability to project strong blasts of energy. She's not been seen using this power since. Also has the ability, again, the telepathic and precognitive abilities. The apparently now labors under the constant awareness of future events. During the series, she displayed pyrokinesis. She can remain invisible to the phalanx and extend her power of cloak to others. And she was trained by the Priest of Prama to be a Grandmaster and Mistress of the martial arts, demonstrating as capable of defeating opponents such skilled as Captain America, though he was distracted while fighting a dragon. She could also instinctively sense weak points in an opponent with her skills and pressure points, knock out beings as powerful as the Thunder God Thor. Yeah, so she's only a bit stronger than what she is in the actual stuff. Mainly just because she's never probably had an opportunity to utilize any of these core powers that she has. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. She's still weak as shit in comparison to the grand scheme of the characters. That's why I stand by, even with those kind of powers in that fight, she could fight like, I don't know, 3 characters. She's no like Valkyrie or Captain Marvel. But yeah, no, clearly if you're close to a plant, she can find you and kick your ass. Some weak and weird villain, and here is like Dog Wielder and Snowflame. Yeah. And then you get strong ones that get dicked over because their power levels aren't represented in the movies well, like, Darwin. I'll always feel so bad for Darwin, eh? That pisses me off still. What a fucking way to waste one of the most interesting mutants in history, in the history of it, mutants. Arguably also the most unkillable of all mutants in mutant history. So, yeah. Darwin is a mega level in the comics, yep. I believe Darwin is actually classified as the most unkillable mutant, from memory. Like, literally, he is. because his body permeates so many different things in every single instance that theoretically if you did something, he would find either a singular thing or a combination of things that would prevent that from ever actually killing him. Like, his body is capable of adaptation on a scale and speed in which it is not capable to kill him. Or at least easily. There's not many mutants that are Omega level as well, and most of them tend to fucking be Omega level because of amplification. I believe he's there on his own. Isn't also, Iceman Omega level? Like, Iceman is, Gambit is until he gets lobotomized, which I think he was the one that, he agreed to the lobotomy. To teleport to the other side of the world. Yeah, it would track, actually. I'm pretty sure Magneto also can be Omega level, but he's only Omega level when he's amplified. I know Jean Grey is when she's empowered with the Phoenix Force. Iceman is Omega level. I'm pretty sure he is, yeah. Which is really funny because you've got Iceman and then you've got the mutant with fire. And, like, I think in the movies, those two were shown to be fairly equal, if not the fire guy stronger, even though Iceman's literally stronger. Like, he's objectively better and more powerful. Because fire guy produces flame, Iceman changes the temperature to the point where he can, I believe, bring it to the heat depth of the universe temperatures. In the comics, freezes hell and time. Yeah, like, I'm pretty sure he can augment temperature to such a degree that it's literally like, nah, it's nuts. But I know Gambit has been Omega. I don't think I think the story where he went into Omega level, he got lobotomized by choice. And, like, he lost a lot of his memories and stuff like that, and he's no longer Omega level. Because his power is nuts. If I remember correctly, is he can charge anything with so much potential power that it just explodes. But he uses fucking playing cards a good chunk of the time. God, I love him. I stand by it. Gambit is one of my favorite comic book characters. Absolutely, absolutely love him. Gambit's pretty fun, yeah. No, I love Gambit. Gambit's just such a silly character. Like, he canonically doesn't take shit seriously most of the time. He's also one of the only characters that's powerful enough to touch Jean Grey, right? Because I think those two hook up, if I recall correctly. They touch Jean Grey after Phoenix Force. No, we're not bringing up the portal to the punch dimension. Fuck off. No, look, even Marvel have decanonized that because it was so fucking stupid. It was actually the dumbest shit ever. It's so dumb. It's actually just stupid. No, it's so fucking stupid. It's how you piss off like any Marvel fan, by the way, is just tell them that. It's not Jean Grey, but Rogue with the touch power, and her and Gambit are a couple in some continuity. Thank you, thank you. Look, I think that was the dumbest thing once I got told about that. I'll never stop thinking of like how, even at the time, someone in that editing room must have been like, this is fucking dumb. Right. It's not canon anymore. But why are they they're line taking in Punch Dimension? Yeah. No, again, it's not canon. It stopped being canon a long time ago. I think it was like one run it was the canon for it, and then it stopped being canon like immediately. Because they recognized how stupid it was. And it is. It's just stupid. It's just dumb. You shouldn't fucking summon power from a punch dimension. Mention that the punch dimension was a theory on how skull powers work. It's just, yeah. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. It's not the dumbest powers in the thing. Because, like, his powers are actually useful, at least. There are some characters that have, like, the sheer dumbest powers, and it's like, someone made this as a joke. And no other reasoning. And it's almost upsetting. I mean, fucking, oh look, I stand by. The moment you mention fucking Kite Man, I'm done. Fuck off. What's your power? Kite. Actually stupid. When you make a comic on how bad drugs are, let me make the villain that is powered up using coke. Wait, is that what snow flame is? Jesus Christ. My brother in Christ. My superpower is to do drugs. Let's go. I love how it's like everyone's doing a gear up sequence, like, you know, like the cheesy edits where it's like the belt clips on, the glove slides on, all that sort of stuff with each of the different characters showing how they're gearing up. And it's just doing that, and this one dude just snorts a fucking line in the middle of the gear up. So hang on a fucking minute. One of these things is not like the other. Who made a PSA comic about taking cocaine is bad? Bro, you can't just go like, how do we make cocaine look bad? Well, it's gonna give this guy superpowers, right? Fuck's sake. So fucking stupid. It's not. Just a sec, I need to power up. Oh, yeah, let's go! That's fucking stupid. I'm not gonna get past how dumb that is. My secret power is to do drugs. Let me send some pics. I honestly want to see how bad this is. Holy shit, that dude does look like he's on drugs. You're about to feel the heat of summer flame. Dude, no, I'm sorry. I need to, like, open image in browser. No, wrong browser thing. Yeah. I need to just show this one image of how coked up this man is. Look at this man and tell me how, yeah, no, that man is definitely on some stuff. Holy shit. That's bad. Also face Peacemaker, who poisoned the cocaine with a dart frog. That tracks. I think that was his first panel. Man looks like he is on all of the shit. Like, yeah, no, that is not the body of someone on a lot of cocaine, though. That's so fucking funny. At that point in time as well, calling him Snowflame, just fucking call him Cocaine Man. Was Cocaine Man tagging? Like, God damn it. That's so fucking stupid. Bro. Like, that's just about on the nose as fucking Red Mask is, where it's just like, is Red Mask a bad guy? I don't know, he's like the Nazi for Nazis. Like, kind of hard to say that the Red Mask is anything but like evil as shit. Like when the, literally when your character design is, I'm too evil for the Nazis to handle. The fuck do you mean? Yeah, Hydra. Red Mask, you mean Red Skull? Sorry, Red Skull. Black Mask and Red Skull must have merged in my head for some reason. Yeah, Red Skull is just, yeah. And again, his literal original design is just like, what if Nazi but more? That's why he's like Captain America's main antagonist, just because like they fought during the war. Can't believe Mr. Smith was a Nazi all along. Mr. Anderson. Have you hailed Hitler today? It's so dumb. So dumb. You think beating someone to get candy could be a fetish? Anything's a fetish if you try hard enough. Like I said, I recently watched an anime where someone had a cuck fetish. That was so strange. I don't think I was prepared to watch a cuck fetish in anime. Not my cup of tea, I have to say. I bought a piñata to a furry convention. Would they be down or would they freak out? Actually, it's quite a funny conundrum to question, yeah. I brought a piñata to a furry convention. To be fair, furry conventions are like the most toxic places on the fucking planet. You're never gonna get judged more than you would at a furry convention. By the furries at the furry convention. Mind you. This is the important point to acknowledge. They always seem so nice. Ooh. They are, again, they're nice when it's not at a convention, because the conventions are just toxic as shit from everything I've heard. Now keep in mind, this is, admittedly, me expressing understanding and knowledge gained secondhand, because I may surprise some of you, but I've never gone to a furry convention. Not really my cup of tea. Yeah. Look, I like cat girls, but I don't like too much cat, right? There's the needle where it's like, you alright, like, it's like, it's not okay, it's alright, like, that's kind of where I sit on a good day. Not my cup of tea. But, nothing wrong with it. I say purely because I don't want Bug to send a pipe bomb in my mouth. It's quite fascinating for a group that theoretically is shunned by like society on like one of the highest levels, sort of thing, right? Like it is, you'd feel like they would be more inclusive, but I guess it's also that animosity gets spread so frequently, so often in their community or towards their community that it would affect said community equally as negatively, right? Kind of that whole violence breeds violence argument. They're inclusive in a form of Rule 34. I mean, again, like, there's so many different factions and subsections inside furry communities. It's hard to keep track of, admittedly, on a good day as well. Ads are playing. Ugh. A study found that one ChatGPT user generated thousands of Doki Doki Literature Club childbirth fanfiction stories. That's a thing to kind of, like, process. Send them to horny jail. I don't send them just straight to jail, I'm gonna be honest. That'll send in the Green Knight, yeah. Oh, that seems fucking toxic. Hey, Matthew, you wanna hear a funny magic combo? That apparently someone used to win the game? You're gonna hear one card and you're gonna go, uh-oh. Then you're gonna hear another card and you're gonna go, uh-oh. Then you're gonna hear the last one and you go, cool, I'm scooping. So, the first card is Opposition Agent. The next card is Scheming Symmetry, which, in case you don't know, is a sorcery for 1 black, where choose 2 target players, each of them searches their library for a card, then shuffles and then their library and puts their card on top, which, yeah. And then the final card, Prismari, the Inspiration. Instants and sorcery have Storm. Storm count of 30. What do you think? You think you'd scoop in response to that trying to resolve? Yeah, see what I mean? It's like you. Oh no! Oh god! Yeah, so that with a storm count of 30, I just all your good cards gone, or all your lands. That's imagine that getting done early enough. No, it's not even all the good cards, right? It's literally like you do that early enough in the game. It's like, okay, I'm gonna take all of your lands out of your deck. You have 3 lands for the rest of the game. Have fun. So, cool, I'm gonna just fucking kill one. No, I ain't playing that fucking game. I don't want to play that game out. Like, I'd legitimately quit. You just don't play that out. You just don't. It's not worth the headache. It's art. Oh, welcome, Yawa. How's it going? Someone pulled it off. Pulled it off with a storm count of 30. Imagine that. Like, 30 storm count is nuts to pull something like that off with. But yes, we're getting further with the art, Yala. It's getting there. Trying to do, like, the last bit of tweaking of it before I actually start moving on to properly doing it. You managed to start by downloading 200 mods in 40. That... Look, It wasn't that bad. Okay? It wasn't that bad. You all make it out to be far worse than it actually was. I swear. Sorry, what? Stardew Valley. We had to use Vortex for the mods. And, needless to say, some of us had a lot of technical problems and frustrations with it. And it was the reason why the stream was late and stuff. It's not 200 mods. It was not 200 mods. I could do that with my current PC, just not stream it. Crimes against Skyrim and people. What do you say in your defense? Skooma. I have skooma to sell. If you look the other way. Kajita's wares. If you have coin. Don't make me draw you like a cat, Yawa. You know I can. Dragon has coins if you have orphans. I have Khajiit if you have coin. Reminded of that one from the other day. One 1.4 announcement stream next week. Oh. Is there any spoilers for what it is yet, or nah? Or none that you've seen? I have cooking. The power of cocaine, man, will destroy you. Arcane. Oh, yeah, that's right. I still need to finish doing Hugh and her outfit. I guess I gotta do it ready for when they come out, so you can have them for thumbnail, I guess. To be fair, I'm gonna probably have like a couple days to get a good chunk of art done before I have to disappear for a while, right? Is what? I need to look at my phone still. I got next week. Do some work and then like the beginning of the week after. Malice finished art. Hey. I finish art quite often. I just don't finish all the art that I do for you, apologetically, because I'm doing that of my own volition. There's a difference there. I already made the joke that I need to start charging mates rates. Anything else? I feel like I'm missing this. How can you charge if you sell the art on your own? Hey, this one you asked me for. Don't you try. Don't you try that argument with me, Missy. The music just run out? Yeah, it would probably have run out by now. Give me a second. Restart that one. I normally have it on loop, but I don't have this one. It's for Shark Friend? I'm not disputing that. The point stands. You asked for it. And in fact, a lot of the art that I've done of you recently, you've been the one that asked for it. So, you know. Even though I literally told you to start, like, being a little bit more aggressive at asking for it. I'm making a joke. Don't worry, I'm being facetious. You asked me to ask for it, so by asking you to ask for a lot of asking from me while I never ask much. What? Sorry, I feel like I had a stroke in the middle of that. I'm gonna read that again because I want to see if you have intentionally made this convoluted or I'm having just a moment. You asked me to ask for it, so by asking for me asking, you asked for a lot of asking from me while I never asked for much. I never asked much. Yeah, I think I'm having a moment. Did you ever, did you ever, when you, did you whenever, did me when, me when you're, oh god. Thinking of picking up Ghost of Tsushima because it's 40% off right now. And I got a lot of free time, but I know it requires a PlayStation account. How hard is it to set it up? For New Zealand, not too bad. A PlayStation account's pretty linear. Shot. Also, Yawa, do you like your abs? Gotta go now. Catch you later. Catch you later, Matthew. What's wrong, yo? Don't you like your abs? You worked so hard for them. Yeah. To round out this area, but And okay, that looks better. Actually, wait, no, I want to do something really quickly because it'll be funny. The power I have as an artist. Fringe Yao would be hon. Where is it? Trying to think if I need to do anything more to the pose work. I'm actually pretty content with most of this now. To move on to like proper heavy cleanup. The ears could be a bit better. That's something I could probably do. Reposition them a bit more. I don't know if y'all was still here. Is the client happy with the sketch so far? That's what I'd normally be asking at this point. Back here. Let's just do... How do I set up that brush that I've been meaning to set up? I wonder... Where be the brush? No, not that. Go to my likes. I'm gonna have to scroll. And I'm gonna have to scroll ages though, because it's not been a recent thing. Get to go past a lot of cute and lewd art. It's fun. Oh, yeah, that reminds me. There is... I do want to do that magic deck at some point. My streamer deck, where it's just literally a deck that's all about throwing money at people and gaslighting them into fighting each other. Like, mechanically wise, so it's great. Peak streamer deck. But I'm probably not going to be able to make that one for a while because it requires a pre-con that, I wouldn't actually be surprised if I see it reprinted, to be honest. It's the Thunder Junction deck. It's the one that I didn't buy yet. That's actually the funniest part. It's the most wanted, I think? Yeah. You know what the funniest part of this piece of art is? I can't wait for like getting an angry message from Kingsley afterwards going, "You should have done better." That's what I'm wanting. Or Yahweh, actually. Yahweh's probably gonna send the photo, the message going, "You should have done better." That's definitely gonna happen. Yeah. Yahweh is a slave driver after all. Where is that pen that I'm looking for? Be here somewhere. I have to wonder. Have I misplaced it? Bro, the amount of like stuff that's just going flashing past my eyes right now is rough. Also, how to know Yao was not still hanging around. I didn't get yelled at for what I just said. are here. You didn't hear what I said then, right? Just don't. Yeah, fair, fair. Still haven't done any of that myself. One of these days. I did log in. I've logged in for 1 day now. I'll log in again at some point. I mean, I have a meeting with the government later today, so I don't know if I'll get to it today. We'll see. I hope I will. But I can't, like, promise that I'll get to it. But yeah, no, I'm glad that you didn't hear what I said, because that means I'm safe. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Yeah, I mean, that's the technique if I was better at what I do. We'll open it up nonetheless. What did you miss? Don't worry about it. There we go. Oh, that's gonna fill out the, yeah. I can see. Payload. And then there's gonna have to be some work there on that. Okay. That. And there we go. That's a roughly colored in while I'm doing my testing at Gangling. It actually has come out pretty decently. Shows me a lot of work's going to be held together with the shading, especially on the head positioning. That's going to be where I have to put a lot of work in. Probably going to be like shadow up the top here, to like give the eyebrow bridge what it needs, and then a little bit of shading around the nose, and very light shading around where the chin would be. I think those are going to be ending up being like the big priorities for that. And I'll continue to bully Yawa for not having, whatchamacallit, fingernails. Let me just do. There we go. That's a much better looking rough than the previous one. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Much better. Let's see. What is that sign? What? No signs. Don't worry about it. I draw random shit while I'm drawing. Now, technically speaking, you do have... Yes, it's possible. Alright. Stretch. Okay. Here comes the fun part, doing the line art. Let's see. I remember that I need to make sure it's the Victor Eraser using erase correctly. There we go. Okay. Oh, yeah. There we go. There's that. I swear I'm only going quiet because it's very hard when you're doing line art, not like heavy focus in. Oh, my hand's starting to. Oh! Stretch out my wrist. Stretch out my wrist. I shouldn't be drawing from my wrist. Oh, big brain. Big brain. You don't like title casts? What's wrong with title casts? What did a title cast ever do to you? Can't just be mean to a title cast out of nowhere. messed up your CC. Oh. I mean, could it not just be a skill issue? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was mean. I feel like I'm gonna get a very positive response to what I just said. Deservedly so. Okay, and what is the time? Oh God, it's 10:40. Okay. Stretch. I swear I'm not falling asleep. I didn't even. I had a wake up drink too. God damn it. Okay, let me just double check some notes that I have. No, I don't think there's anything else really to point at. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I'm probably gonna have to finish this over the weekend, aren't I? At this point. Oh god, that's wild. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get that done while I've also got a couple of other things I need to get done. So I'm trying to toss up whether or not I do Tomodachi Life again tomorrow, or if I start just playing through something else. Because I want to finish Dave the Diver, but Dave the Diver is one that I feel like I need to play that once we get the PC done up. I only, like I said earlier today, I only have one game currently on my list to play that's like console, that I'll be able to get away with pretty easily. So I might just go play that, finally. That's gonna take up all the time in the world. Tell you that. Aside from that, yeah. I think that is pretty much it for today. There's some stuff. Yeah. I think I'm gonna slightly call it on the earlier side then. Well, I'll say earlier side. Just before we hit the hour marker. The next hour marker, because, I do want to get prepped for this, government meeting I have. Fun that is. Yeah, so, with that being the case, my computer wants to work with me. There we go. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. You're awesome, stay awesome, and I hope to see you again next time. Until then, bye-bye!